are looking for. So there are different various types, like radio buttons are there, full circle are there, arrow buttons. So it depends on your requirement, you can use it. You can get the list from the CSS document as well. Okay, so you can see, like, once I have reloaded the page, we are getting the HTML 5 CSS Java Bootstrap as a square bullet points. Okay, so this will help you to do much more, styling according to your requirement. Similarly, you can do for the ordered list as well. So just back to the course once again. Yeah, so I'll take this one. Yeah, so that was for the unordered list with the bullet points and all. So if you want to change the styling of the order list, you can use this below types. So by default, the order list will be starting up with the numbers 1 2 3, like that. If you want to have content displayed in the list as smaller lowercase alphabet, you can use you can use the below option as well. Same way, if you want to highlight with the capital A, you can use. How to display this, I'll show you. So here the type you have to mention, like, we have mentioned type A, small a, so it will be starting up with the lowercase alphabet. So if I mention capital A, the list will start with the capital A. This is the type in, the in order list only, in the inline CSS only, we have to explicitly mention the type what we are looking for. And the start, D is the reversed order, so it is not required. If you are in the need of that, you can do. Otherwise, only the type will work for you. So same way, if you want the list to be displayed in Roman numeral value, so you can use the below option. Now again, this is a small I or a small one in the Roman. If you want to have a capital uh, I or one, you can use the capital I. So I'll show you. I'll give the demo of the same. Just give me 1 minute. I'll copy this. So yeah, let me go back. Else, yeah. So this is the code which is copied. It is in reverse order. Now I want to change it to a capital ABCD. So I'll just do that thing, and I'll remove this start and reversed. Yeah. So you can see the if I wanted to display in the capital alphabets, it is displaying. So same way you can use for the Roman as well. So I'll type it small I first, then I'll quickly save it, reload. Okay, so these are few stylings which you can use to display your content. Moreover, this is just a basic to the HTML. As you go along with the next course, CSS and all, there you will get to learn more about the styling part, the display, the UI, which will help you to present your data or the list in a better way. Now we'll continue with the next topic. Yeah. So this is you all can practice this tryouts. I'm skipping it for now. Okay. Now we'll continue with the quotation and citation elements. Yeah. So the thing, I mean, it is not that required in the web development, but just for the knowledge purpose, I'll show you. The thing is, this is required when you want to showcase to the user or any developer that this particular code or the content which they are accessing has been taken up from a different website. So you might have seen also somewhere like like let's say Wikipedia or so. If you if you have open a Wikipedia page, there you will find a lot many facts about a personality or a, any movies or anything. Then they below you will find some citations as well, saying that like this person has won this award, how. So that will give a proof that this information is taken up from the so and so source. So let me just open a Wikipedia page for you. So let me search HTML only. Let's not do any other. Yeah, so this is the HTML page on a Wikipedia. Okay, so below if you go you will find a lot many site, I mean these are also citations only. Yeah, see website, this is the citation. Okay, so from where this information is being taken. Below you will find lot many. Let me just scroll down below. Yeah, so these are references, citations from where the data information has been fetched. Okay, so now we will look at the demo part as well. Let me copy the code. I open a new sheet. Yeah, so this is the way we use to display the data, like below line referred from OWASAP website. So it's a information which is displayed to the end user related to the website or any page which he or she is using or referencing. So this is about the uh, citation quotes and citations. Okay, moreover it is not I mean it depends on the website or the web pages you are building where this will be used. Okay, so it is hardly used in the apps which we develop, like for example any ticket booking apps like ISCTC or Redbus or anything. So there, yeah, I have not seen the very much, but somewhere down the line you will find like something, some rates of the flight or trains and all. They mention it like it's you know uh, you know dynamic or something. So that explanation of that might come from the different web page and all. Okay, so I hope this quotation and citation is clear to you all. Can you all confirm?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Always, yeah. So whenever this particular topic or content comes into your when you're working, So this is the page, a Wikipedia page you can show, like it's a perfect example for the citation. Now, next topic is very important. I'm skipping this tryouts and exercise because it's for your practice. So please do it. Now, next topic, which is another very important topic in HTML, which is the link element. Okay, so linking element here means to connect the different pages which we are building uh, to the one single website. Okay, it is very important so that the user can navigate to the desired location. So there are multiple pages inside a website. So for example, first one would be the login user pages, home page, search pages, profile pages, or if you are in a e-commerce website, so you will find cart, payment option, order history, multiple other pages are there. So you have to link all this together. Okay, and then only uh, it will call as a full-fledged website. Okay, so I'll just, okay, just a minute. Just a
Yeah. Hi. Hi everyone. So finally you learned about the list and ordered list, unordered list, and about the block quote and citation. So as I said, everything in the HTML is not for the display. Many of the things in the HTML are defined so that you can understand that what the text is written, right? So some codes are designed so that browser can understand, some codes are written so that user can understand or the programmer can understand, right? The next topic is linking the element. So if you visit any website, right, you open any website, you can see there are multiple pages, multiple things, multiple images. You can see the image is there, the text is there, the section is there. When I'm clicking here, I'm going to another page. When I click here, I am opening the another page. So this is what it means by linking the element. So when in a website, you have to link some web pages, you have to link certain images so that you can create a proper website or a proper connection, right? So let's learn how we can link different pages in the HTML. So let me open another page for you. HTML/HTML title. I will write link, title/title. Then in body and slash body, we have to write the code. Okay, so let's see how we can link different pages first. So we can link different pages, we can link different images. So there are two things, see, let's run this first. This is linking page. Save as links.html. Okay, now let's open this page. Okay, this is linking page, right? Now what I want to do, I want to make this as similar as this, that if I click on this particular link, one page should be open. So let's simply write 1 2 3, and we can link the pages. Gratefully we have some of the pages, you can see first, list, and second. These are the page names. So there is a syntax called a. A refers for anchor tag, right? So there are some anchor tags. Anchor tags can be written as a/a also, right? So the a A. These are the anchor tags. Now, what I want this anchor tag to do, right? I want it to display 1, so that whenever I click on the 1, I can open the file as 1, or let's write first. So whatever I write between A/A will be displayed in the browser. Can you see? First is written. I want the next line, so let's write P, okay, /P. Now, I want to link one HTML page to this particular title. So what I will write, href. Href stands for hyperlink reference. And then you have to give the URL. URL means the page, where the page is. So because we have created one folder and everything written here is in this particular folder only. So I can directly write first.html. Let's save and reload. Can you see? It is appearing as a link. And when I click on this first page was open, right? Similarly, we can connect the pages as, previous, next, and we can create multiple pages. So today I'll give you one assignment also, so that you can click. So now I can insert the images also, right? I can insert different pages also. So how to insert an image, right? Before that, let me find one image from my system. So there is a meme, software meme. Let me copy this, and I am putting it in our HTML file. Why I am putting it in our HTML folder? So that whenever I move my website, all the content goes along with that, right? Yeah. So let me write IMG. IMG stands for image. SRC, image source, equal to. Again, you have to give the URL, right? Which particular location this image stands. So because it is in the same folder, I can write the name only, right? What is the name? It is MEME. Okay, let me try writing just MEME, Control S, and reload this page. Okay, link. Link is gone because, I have opened one page with the help of that and there was no going back. So this page was closed. Now, can you see the image is not displayed because it doesn't know the type. So I have to write image name.jpeg. Let's do Control S and load. Oh, isn't it the JPG image?
Sir, PNG image.
PNG file. Yeah, it is a PNG file. That's why it is not displayed. Let me write dot PNG. Yeah, anybody was saying something? Yeah, it is displayed now. Can you see? But what is happening here? Just look at this particular website. Let me open one page. Can you see? This includes the image, but it is within the prescribed limit. It is not going on the full page. But this image which I am trying to insert, it is on the full page. So what can I do? There are some attributes related to this particular, what can I say, tag, right? So with every tag, there may be certain attributes. Like with the list tag, you saw, the number tags. So similarly, for image, there is a attribute which can set the height and the width for that particular image, right? So you can simply write height equal to and width equal to in the image tag. So I have written the image name, then I will give the height. height, height equal to 600. 600 means 600 pixels. Let's save and reload. 600 is very much. Let's write it 300. Can you see the height has changed and the width? I can write the width also. So simply write width. How much width I want? 200. So width equal to 200. So what is happening here? I am fixing the number of pixels for this particular image. Right? Let's write it again, 300. So this is not advisable writing the pixel, right? Why? Because the same website will be open in mobile also, tablet also, big screen also. Everywhere the size for this particular image is fixed, right? So usually we fix the image size for the smaller images, but the image size is good, so we don't restrict it to the pixels. We can write it like this: 20%, 30%, right? Let's see what happens. Let's reload. See, the size is changed again. Now what will happen if you open this page in mobile? The height and width will automatically be adjusted according to the page size which you are opening. If I'm opening in laptop, it will adjust according to the laptop screen. If I'm opening in the mobile phone, it will adjust itself according to the mobile screen, right? Then there is one more tag, which is alt. Alt is the alternate text. Like just now I was trying to open this image, but it was not loading. I have written meme.jpg and this image was not loading. Why? Because this is not a jpg image, right? This is a png image. So one block was coming. Now what to do in this case? Let me remove this and let's reload it again. Can you see this box is coming according to the height and width? But I don't know what image was there, right? Because internet, because of the internet issue or some other issue, this image is not loading. So what we do, we write the alt, the alternate text, which explains that what was there in the image which you are not able to see. What is the image which you are not able to see? Also it helps the programmers to understand that which particular element is not being displayed, because right now we are just doing very small things, but when you create a website or multiple web pages are there, so you're not sure which particular image is not displayed. You have to dig up everything. But if it is written directly, I can understand, okay, this particular image is not being displayed, and I can go and correct this image, whatever correction is required, and it will be displayed, right? I hope it was clear. Yeah, yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now I have shown you that you can link the pages. Similarly, you can even write the website address also, right? If I want that, if I click here and the Google page should open, Google, I am writing the BR tag so that it displayed in the next line. So what you can do, you can open the Google. You can simply copy this URL, or you can write this https www.google.com, right? Mm. You can write www.google.com. save, and refresh. See, Google is coming. If I click on here, the google.com page should open. Let me check why it is not opening. What is the mistake? Space has given? No. Mm. Okay. So you can see when I'm writing this, I cannot open this. So what I have to do, let's write http control S link.
HTTPS, I guess it's a secure link, na?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's try. No, it's open. Yeah. So http also you can write, https also you can write. So instead of just writing the domain name which we write in the browser, we have to write http, right? http is mandatory. Now let me give the link for this Infosys Wingspan. Okay, control C, control V, and remove this link. Right, Springboard, control S, and reload. Springboard is also coming. If I click here, I can open this, right? So there are two ways. Either you can copy the link from the browser, or if you want to give the domain address directly, you must write http or https. Both will work, right? See, https, http, both will work. Now if I want to make image as a link, what will I do? How can I make this image as link? Can anyone tell me? How can I make image as a link?
Next image tag within the anchor tag.
Exactly. So the anchor tag is closing here. I will just cut it and write it here. Control S. Now, yeah, again, we have, overshooted the time. I request you to please stay for 15 minutes. We'll close it. Okay. Yeah. Let me go back. Reload. See, now this image is getting this hand, and I can open the page from this also. And here if you don't want to write the text, that is also fine. So this is about the links. Now the last topic, you can see in the list, basic HTML elements. It is done. Linking elements. Uh, this you can read by yourself. Yeah, so there are few tags. Br I have already explained you. Span I have explained you. There is a sup and sub. Sub stands for the subscript. Subscript is like when you write h2o, so the 2 should display in the bottom, right? And if I write, let's do it here itself. Why I'm writing p tag? To separate it, right? So if I write h2o, it will be displayed as it is. The 2 will come on the top only. But if I write sub slash sub, then this will come in the bottom. And the superscript is like I want to write a square b, so 2 should be displayed on the top, so you can write sup. This is just the example, like subscript of superscript. You can write other tags or other things also in that. Let's reload. Can you see h2o and a square b? This is subscript and this is superscript, right? Then emphasize tag I have explained you, strong I have explained you, mark. If you write something in the mark, the text will be highlighted. See, mark, let's write /br and /br. If you don't want to write /br multiple times, what you can do, you can use pre, right? So not no need to mention this is highlighted. Control S. Mm-mm. See, can you see? This is highlighted, and you can even change the color also. Small, the font size will be smaller than the other text. Q is used for the quotation marks or the quoted. ABBR is used for the abbreviation. Okay. See, do we have the tryouts or marked? We have seen SUB. You have seen, right? Small, dilly, del. So there are two more tags, that is del and strike through. Let me write BRE. Yeah. So if I write del, it shows the deleted text. You know, sometimes you intentionally want to show that I have written this and I have deleted this line or this word. So you can write in del. Sorry. Can you see the strike through? There is another code for it, that is strike. Instead of del, if I write strike, it will work the same. So strike is the original keyword, del is the conventional tag, which is working same as del, right? Yeah. Mm. Okay. I wanted to show you the ABBR tag. So ABBR is like, for example, I have written WHO, but I don't know the meaning of WHO. So if I put my cursor there, it will show me that this is WHO. Just a minute, where it is. Okay, it has included all the things. ABBR also there. Yeah. So can you say, see, when I'm putting my cursor on HTML, it is showing me that this is hypertext markup language. So wherever abbreviation you are using, you can simply use it. And let's copy this and use it in our file also. Okay, so here I will write World Health Organization. So it obviously the system doesn't know that what you are using, right? If I write the title, abbreviation title, World Health Organization for HTML, it will show me that also. See, but obviously we uses correct things. So if I want my users to know that what is the short form, I can use it, right? Yeah. Then there are few exercises you can do, and few character entities, right? So few characters are reversed in HTML. So uh, if I want to add some space, or I don't want space to be added, I can write address of NBSP, non-breaking space, less than. Instead of this character, I can write at the address of LT also, and I can use this number also. Although it will not be useful for you because you are writing from the scratch, so we can simply use these characters whenever it is required, right? So you can skip this for now, or once you are good with this, you can understand, right? Okay, now Now I'm skipping this for you. Uh, Ma'am, how much time I can take?
You can take Meenakshi. How much is there to complete?
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you. So I'll take 15 more minutes and we'll complete this. Right. So there are two more things, that is table and the form, which is important. So, every day we create some or other tables. We want to display, our content in the tabular format so that we can understand or we can structure it more in a more better way, right? So, if I want to create a table, there is a table tag. You can see there are different types of table which I can create. The look and feel you are seeing. This is a simple table. If I want to style, I can style it also. And let's create a table.
Hello, ma'am. This is
Yeah,
Pavitra
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. I have one doubt in the previous module. Like you had taken the me.png. I just want to know how you have sourced that to display that picture in.
Okay. See, me is the name of the image. This meme, I have written the name. If I change this name to something else, I will write that, right? And there are types of the image. Can you see the type is PNG? So I
Yes.
have
Yes.
written .png. If you are using
Okay.
some other image, let's say this image you are using, this is also
Okay.
PNG.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see if I have. I don't think I have any JPG file in my folder because all are the screenshots only.
Okay. So I
Let me
just
check.
want to know, like, before putting that in our code, so we should be having that image should be saved in our that should be saved in our desktop or something. Like, is it
Yes,
something
yes.
like that?
Now, can you see I have
Okay.
some of the photographs of my colleague? These are also PNG file. This is the JPG
Okay.
file. Can you see
Okay.
my
Yes. Yes.
picture? Right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
if I
Yes.
write Meenakshi.png, it will not work. I'll have to
Okay.
write Meenakshi.jpg. Okay.
JPG. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
And I
Yes.
strongly suggest that to put all the files and the pictures into a single folder. Otherwise, like if I want to use this image, right? Let's say I want to
Hmm.
use this image.
Hmm.
So there is a path for all the images, right? You understand that which location it is stored. This
Yes.
C
Yes.
user, right? So I have to
Hmm.
copy this path and I can
Hmm.
include this in our web page. But what will
Okay.
happen if I move this website from this laptop to your laptop? Your
Hmm.
laptop will not have this similar image in the C drive.
Correct.
So it
Correct.
will not
Correct.
be
Correct, ma'am.
displayed. So that's how
Yes.
store it in a single folder. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
now I want to show you the tables.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. So body slash body, we have to create the tables, right? So HTML is very simple. If I want to create table, which tag I can use? Can anyone guess?
Table
Table
tag.
tag.
Very simple. Table tag. You have to simply write table slash table. Again, table slash table is telling the browser that okay, we are going to create the table. This is for the grouping like OL and UL, right? In table, if I simply write table and yeah, table.html, let me open this file for you. Table. See, I have written table, but nothing is getting displayed. Why?
Because we not added rows and columns.
Very nice, very nice. Because we have not added any rows and the columns. So the table is comprised of row and column. So whatever you want to write in row, you can write tr slash tr. right? And let me write, this is first row. Control S and reload. This is first row. Spelling mistake is there. Let's avoid that. This is first row. Okay, let me copy this and create two more rows. Second row and the third row. So this is second row. This is third row. Now let's run it again. There is no difference you can make out. I think some closing tag I have missed. Okay, you can't make out any difference, or you can't see it is even a table, right? Maybe if I add one column, then only it will work. So the row itself is nothing. At least one column every table should have, then only it will be counted. Otherwise, you can see it is a simple text having no impact on this particular data. So once I write this column, once I create this column, then only this table is completed, and you can see now it is first row, second row, and third row. Right? Still, it doesn't looks like a table. It looks like I have used the /br and it is coming. So let's add one more rows into that, td/td. Copy this. Yeah, I will simply write hi, hello, how are you? Now you can see it is displayed in a tabular form. The second column is coming here, but still I can't feel it is a table, right? Why? Because there is no border. So border is very, very important. So let's write border. Border equal to 10. 10 is the darkness. Oh. Yeah. 10 is the darkness of this, right? If you decrease it, it will be decrease. Let's write 5, save, and run. Yeah. So this is like that. If you want to define the header, right? You know, whenever we create a table, there is a header that I'm writing name here, or I'm writing surname here, right? So let me write row number and text, and I'm writing it as th. So th defines as table header. So instead of td, I will write thts. So it will automatically bold my text, and even for the reference, we'll know that, okay, this is the table header. Although I can actually, align it center, make it bold by other tags. But if I write this, I can clearly understand that this is table header. Similarly, you can use t body and t head. There are two more tags which you can use and you can try out. This is, I'm leaving it for you. Okay. Yeah. Now see this. This is a simple table. Now, can you see this A is expanded to 2 columns? And if you look at here, this A is expanded to 2 rows. So sometimes we have to create the tables which are, which spans over the column or the row. So for example, let's consider this table only. If I want high to be displayed in these 2 rows, so it is okay. We have created this. What you can do, what I want here, let's see. I want this particular column to be extended till this second column. Okay, so before high, I will write row span. equal to 2. Means I want this particular column to expand till 2 rows. Can you see it? And now you can see this is displayed after this because this is coming here. So if I want to make it, I can delete simple hello and it is perfect. Now, yeah. Now if I want to merge these two columns, what I want to merge these two columns. So I will write call span. So this is the third row. I want to merge this column. So I'll write call span equal to 2. So 2 means I am merging two columns. If there are more than two columns, I can merge and I can make it. Can you see? These two columns are created and this space is extra space within the table. Similarly, you can give more borders, you can give colors to your border, right? If you want this square box to be displayed as oval, you can do that. If you want dotted border, you can make dotted border. If you want double line, you can make double line. All these changes, the variations you can apply in your tables, right? Yeah. So the exercise you can complete, and now very important thing is the form. Whenever you apply for any competitive exam, some forms comes like this. So one round button out of which you can select only one option, that is called as radio button. So whenever you are using radio button, we create it as you can simply use one option. You can simply choose one option, right? So mm, yeah. HTML title slash title. I'm writing form body and slash body. This is a fixed format, right? Now I want to create a form, right? I want to make something which can be used. So you can now use tables to align your forms, or you can simply use a form. So to create a form, you need one element known as form. So whatever elements we want to group, we will group under form. So again, form elements, writing simply form elements will not give you anything. There will be no impact. See. Oh, I have to open the form. Sorry. In hurry, I'm doing this mistake. Sorry. See, writing form will do nothing. Now, I want to create a button. So I have to tell that what kind of button I want to create. So I'll write input and slash input. Then I have to tell which type of input I want to create. I want to create a label, like you open any you open any website. Let's open Gmail, right? When you open Gmail, what can you see? The Gmail will be opened directly, I think. No. Let's click on sign in. Can you see one page is coming? The email or phone is returned, forgot email. This is a link, right? This is a button. When you click on this button, it will go to the next page. So the first thing is label. So let's create the label first. When I write label, it will simply display the text which I want to write. So let's write label first. Label slash label. What I want to write? I want to write first name. That name, I want entry for the name. Form. See, the name is coming. It can come as it is when you write in your simple text. That is fine. Right now, I want to create a text box like this, where I can enter my name. Okay, so I will now write input type equal to text, because I want to write text into that. Okay, close, and okay, I'll tell you this later. Yeah, can you see name? Similarly, I can copy and I can use this for the last name. I can write last name. Now this is very simple, right? You can take name Meenakshi, you can write Vyas, but back of the server, what we need to copy this text, and we have to show that this name was written. So how will we take that? So whenever we create any input type, we give the id to it, one id, right? Let me give this as f name. So this is the id. So whenever we want to collect the data, I'll know that this is the this is the first name, or this is the last name. So with every input type you associate one id, right? Now I want a submit button where I can click and I can submit. So what I can write, simply I will write input type equal to submit. Control C, input type equal to submit. So when I'm writing submit, this id you can ignore right now. Yeah, now I want sorry, input type equal to submit. So this submit button will appear. See, this kind of button is coming right now. Nothing is happening when I'm clicking onto this, because we have to link, like we have linked the page, no? So we can link the next page to come, or we can, give action to the form, that whenever I click on submit, what action will be performed. So I can write action equal to, for example, on clicking submit, I want to open the next page or first page, right? First dot html. So this action will be performed when I click on this particular button. So we can define action for the form whenever I click this. Can you see? Yeah, and whether I have given the correct name or not, this we can validate using the JavaScript, which we'll be learning in the upcoming sessions. Right now, for example, I want to create the checkbox. Now you can see everything is coming in the single line. So if you want, what you can do, you can use the pre tag, so that things are not coming in the single line. Let's see, this is my favorite tag actually. Yeah, so you can align, you can use the table, and in between table you can write first name, last name, likewise, right? Now let's see, if I want to create the checkbox, like when we were giving the exam, the checkbox was coming. So let's copy, and I'm writing P to create a section. So input type which I want, checkbox. Simply write checkbox. So the checkbox will be created, right? But if, before the checkbox, we want to write something, right? That you want to subscribe, you want to read, you want to get the newsletters, you want to you want to attend springboard session, right? You want to learn anything you write, it will come here, and you can click multiple options. Yeah. Now if I click here, there is no group. So whenever you create the checkbox, you have to give the IDs again to collect the values, right? So let's not do this. Let, for example, give the ID as food. Okay. Now I will write the food items. So like apple.